Ever wondered what's the difference between Jack Daniel's Old No. 7 and Gentleman Jack? Keep watching, because today I'm going to do a review on Let's Talk Drinks. Hi guys, so today I'm going to do a review on a Tennessee whiskey that I really enjoy. It's called the Gentleman Jack. It is 40% ABV and it's made in Lynchburg, Tennessee. Now we know that one of the biggest selling American whiskeys around the world is Jack Daniel's, especially the Old No. 7. But what's the difference between that and Gentleman Jack? It was created in 1988 as a tribute to Jack Daniel's himself, and it is known as the Smoother Jack. It is distilled in copper column stills. And the difference between Old No. 7 and Gentleman Jack is the Gentleman Jack goes through their charcoal mellowing filtration system twice. What do you mean charcoal mellowing? Well, it's actually called the Lincoln County process. You see, what happens is when they make Jack Daniel's, they let it drip through 10 feet of sugar maple charcoal. What that does is it mellows out any harsh flavors and impurities and makes it a hell of a lot smoother. With Gentleman Jack, it goes through this mellow filtration system twice, which makes it even exceptionally smoother once again. The handcrafted barrels full of Gentleman Jack are then exclusively aged in the bottom 2 floors of the barrel house. Here the climate is a lot less intensive and it helps give a softer, lighter flavour. Jack knew what a single journey through the charcoal did to his whiskey, and he would always say, imagine what a second trip would do. Throughout his life, Jack tried mellowing it twice, and it was painstakingly taking a long time, and unfortunately, he never got to complete that and release it to the world. Just as Jack was so smart at what he did, working with whiskies, he was also just as stubborn. Unfortunately, at a young age, he died. And the story goes that it was actually one day when he couldn't get into his safe in his office, he was angry and decided to kick the safe. He broke his toe, he was too stubborn to go and see a doctor, and eventually what happened was it got infected, it poisoned his blood, and he died. Crazy way to go out, but it sure has left a great legacy. So in 1988, they put the founder's formula into a limited production. It was the first new whiskey at the Jack Daniel's distillery for over 100 years. And thank God it was really popular and it's remained today. It's aged between 4 to 7 years in brand new American charred oak barrels. And as you can see by the bottle, I have tried it a few times, but let's do it again. On the nose, it's very clean, approachable. There's no real ethanol burn there at all. On the palate, vanilla, caramel, and one of the main things that I get with Jack Daniel's, it's like a candied banana flavor. Not like a fresh banana, it's those banana lollies. And normally in a blind tasting or anything like that, I can tell it's Jack Daniel's straight away. It's really smooth, it goes down really nicely, it's got this slight oiliness to it as well. The sugar maple itself is high in sugar, and to me it adds a little bit of sweetness to this spirit as well. The charcoal I use is made from white oak, it's changed about every 6 months, and it takes between 4 to 5 days from when they start dripping it at the top to work its way through to the bottom. I really enjoy this. I love this in an old fashioned, I love drinking it straight, I love drinking it in a Lynchburg lemonade. I do it in shots sometimes, very guilty, as well as a Jack Daniel's No. 7. It's one of my favourite shots to have with other bartenders. I was lucky enough to visit the Jack Daniel's distillery a couple of years ago, and unfortunately I was meant to be there a few months ago again. However, due to COVID, it didn't happen. Hopefully I will get there in a few years when we can travel again. I absolutely recommend this. For those of you Jack Daniel's lovers that haven't tried it, where have you been? You need to go out and buy a bottle. Guys, let me know what you think. We are trying to hit those 1,000 subscribers. If you like what we're doing here, please subscribe, like, leave us a comment. I'd love to see if there are any other spirits that you would like me to do a review of, and we'll see you again soon on Let's Talk Drinks.